Imagine a knowledge so powerful and transformative that it was kept secret for centuries. A sacred wisdom protected by strict rules, reserved only for those with age, maturity, and pure intention. We are talking about Kabbalah, the hidden side of Judaism, a mystical map of existence, the soul, and the universe. A body of teachings that continues to attract scholars, mystics, scientists, and spiritual seekers to this day. But what exactly is Kabbalah? Is it a philosophy, or is it the divine's own secret code? To understand it, we must return to the very beginning. Kabbalah began as an oral tradition, discreetly passed from master to student, committed to secrecy. Even before a single word was written, there was already a secret to be preserved. The Talmud, one of the central texts of Jewish thought, issues warnings. Certain teachings about creation and the divine should not be accessible to everyone. Why? Because knowing the hidden mechanisms of reality can either expand consciousness or destabilize it. According to the Midrash in the Babylonian Talmud, the ancient rabbis feared that unprepared souls might lose themselves in the parallel dimensions revealed by Kabbalah. That's why it was never taught openly, but discovered gradually by those who were ready. The earliest signs of Jewish mysticism appear in the first centuries of the Common Era, in texts such as the Sefirot, the Book of Formation, written between the 2nd and 6th centuries. There, codes about the origin of the universe and the spiritual power of the Hebrew letters were already revealed. However, Kabbalah as an organized tradition only took form later. During the Middle Ages, in the 12th and 13th centuries, Jewish mystics from Spain and southern France, like Isaac the Blind of Provence, began unveiling hidden meanings within the Torah. Works like the Sefer HaBahir, or Book of Brightness, circulated among a few initiates, offering deep interpretations of the soul, the cosmos, and the divine. Thus, Kabbalah became a secret branch within Judaism itself. It does not contradict the Torah. It unveils its inner layers. Kabbalists believe every word and every letter of the sacred texts carries hidden realities, accessible through ancient interpretative methods like notarikon, temura, gematria. These techniques convert letters into numbers, numbers into forces, and forces into spiritual maps. But why all the secrecy? Because Kabbalah is not a theory. It is an experience that transforms the being, a dive into the spiritual dimension that demands preparation, pure intention, and the courage to face the unknown. That's why it remained reserved for so long, hidden from superficiality. But what does this system say about the origin of the universe? Before matter, before time? According to Kabbalah, before anything existed, there was only the Ein Sof, the infinite, a formless light, eternal, unreachable by the senses. Everything was created from that light. Then arises the dilemma. How could the finite emerge from the infinite? The answer lies in a central concept called Tzimtzum, the divine contraction. As taught by Isaac Luria, the Ari, God contracted his light to make space for creation. This space was not ordinary, it was a sacred void, where the universe could emerge without being consumed by total light. Within this space, light was reintroduced through channels into spiritual vessels called kalim, but the light was too intense. Some vessels shattered. This event, known as Sefirot HaKalim, the breaking of the vessels, explains why the world is imperfect. Fragments of that divine light scattered and merged with matter. Thus, according to Kabbalah, every atom, every being, carries a divine spark. The human mission? To recover these fragments, restore the light, and reorder the chaos. This process is called tikkun, correction or repair. To find the hidden sparks of light and reality, Kabbalists used a map, the Tree of Life. Imagine a diagram with 10 spheres connected by 22 paths. This seemingly esoteric image represents the structure of the universe, the soul, and the divine. Each sphere is a sephirah, plural, Sefirot, expressions of divine light flowing from the Ein Sof to the material world. Keter, crown Chakma, wisdom Binah, understanding Chesed, mercy Gevurah, strength Tiferet, beauty Netzach, victory Had, glory Yesod, foundation Malkuth, kingdom. At the heart of Kabbalah lies the sacred and profound symbol of the tree of life. Etz Chaim, as the Hebrew masters call it. It is not just a diagram, it is a mirror of creation, a map of the universe, and simultaneously a map of the human soul. The Sefirot are arranged into three pillars: the pillar of mercy on the right, the pillar of severity on the left, and the central pillar of balance, the middle path. They are connected by 22 paths, corresponding to the 22 letters of the Hebrew alphabet, revealing a direct connection between sound, shape, energy, and creation. Each Sephirah is associated with a part of the body, a planet, an emotion, a divine name, and one of the four spiritual worlds of Kabbalah, Atzilut, the world of emanation, where all is still united with the source. Bariah, the world of creation, where archetypes take form. Yetzirah, the world of formation, where patterns gain structure. Asiya, the world of action, our physical reality. To live in harmony with the tree of life is to align all these worlds within yourself. It is to bring the divine into your everyday life, to make your life a living prayer. For centuries, this knowledge remained hidden, preserved by a lineage of initiates who understood the risks of revealing such powerful truths to the unprepared. This veil began to lift with the emergence of the Zohar, the Book of Splendor. Considered the central text of Kabbalah, the Zohar dives deeply into the mysteries of the Torah, revealing that behind each word, each letter, there is a hidden code, a symbolic and mystical universe. Tradition says the Zohar was revealed to Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, who lived in the 2nd century CE. Persecuted by the Romans, he hid in a cave for 13 years, where he received these revelations directly from the divine. But the text only came to light centuries later, organized by Moses de Leon in medieval Spain. Some say he was not the author, but merely the messenger of something far greater, a knowledge from other realms. The Zohar is not an easy book to read. Its language is cryptic, full of metaphors, wordplay, and mystical visions. It speaks in riddles because spiritual truth cannot be delivered literally. It must be felt, lived, intuited. The text speaks of the tree of life, of the soul's ascension, and the return journey to the divine self, Ein Sof, the endless. Studying the Zohar is like climbing an invisible ladder. Each step demands more purity, more humility, more inner light. The masters warn, without spiritual preparation, the Zohar can confuse. But with a clean heart, it can ignite the soul like a torch in the dark. In the 16th century, the master Moshe Cordovero, one of the great Kabbalists of Safed, taught that the tree of life was not just for contemplation, it was a manual for living as God lives, a path to manifest the divine here and now. Each Sephirah represents a virtue that humans must embody: the compassion of Chesed, the discipline of Gevurah, the beauty of Tiferet, the humility of Had, and the wisdom of Chakma. By imitating these qualities in our actions, thoughts, and words, we become mirrors of the divine in the physical world. The tree of life is both the structure of the universe and the path of return to the divine. Each sphere is a station on this journey, each connection a portal. The path begins in Malkuth, the kingdom, the material world, and ascends to Keter, the crown, the point closest to the infinite. This is the path of the alchemist, the mystic, the sincere seeker. It is the ascent from ego to soul, from separation to unity. The tree of life is not outside of you. It vibrates within your body, pulses in your soul, lives in every breath. The Zohar is the torch that illuminates this path, but it only lights up for those who walk it with humility and reverence. If you feel this calling, do not ignore it. Studying Kabbalah is not just acquiring knowledge. It is transformation. It is remembering who you truly are. It is being reborn as a living reflection of the divine. The true Kabbalist is not one who seeks fame or recognition, but one who walks the path with kavanah, conscious intention. One who studies the Torah, prays, meditates, fasts, and purifies their inner world. Once reserved only for Jewish men over the age of 40, Kabbalah is now more accessible. But true understanding still demands responsibility, sincerity, and devotion. If this knowledge resonated with you, like the video, leave a comment, share it with those who are ready, and subscribe to the channel. And for those who wish to dive even deeper, consider becoming a member and supporting this journey. Thank you for your presence. Until our next dive into the hidden wisdom.